Hi everyone, my name is Ella Shelby. Welcome to my channel, Power Intelligence. Today we're going to be doing the conflict in Israel and Iran. I am going to be using remote viewing mine probes. And what this technique does is that it filters the absolute truth of what is going on in the whole situation. Today, I am joined by Anna, and she's an expert in media, and she is going to be asking me a series of questions to do with this topic. So, hi Anna, how are you?
Hi there, Ada. Yes, all good. This is quite a very, current topic that concerns the world,
Yes.
not just Iran and Israel. So let's dive in and get your intelligence on this.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, indeed.
The Israel-Iran conflict, mediated by Donald Trump, escalated in June 25. Here's a summary of events coming up to this. The start of the conflict really was on June the 13th, where we saw Israel launching airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites at Natanz, Fordo, Isfahan, and this really disrupted the nuclear program of Iran. Iran responded with missile and drone strikes on Israel, which obviously was the direct confrontation.
Yeah.
So why did Israel do this, Salah?
Yeah, to stop Iran from taking over their land and people. If Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei and his government had their way, they would take over the whole of the Western world and introduce Islamic law and rule with an iron fist.
So Iran launched sorry. Iran launched retaliatory missile barrages, including a significant uh, June the 19th strike on the Socorro Medical Center, Israel's largest hospital, causing extensive damage and injuring dozens. Iran claimed it targeted nearby military facilities. Um, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I this is what I foresee is going to happen. The leader of Iran is very dangerous, and I do feel that he's going to be assassinated by the US for the world's safety. I see this happening around mid-September.
On June 22nd, the US struck three nuclear sites in Iran, Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, with B-2 bombers and cruise missiles, escalating involvement. Why did Trump order his military forces to do this?
He didn't want to do it. He hummed and hawed about it for so long, and then he saw something that you and I and the general population do not have access to, certain footage, and he just said, let's go. And again, I say he didn't want to do it. Trump already knows the following will happen if a world war starts. This is a prediction, and only if the world goes to war. I see, I feel, I smell the conflict. I can smell metal burning. That's just one thing. Some things I can't actually say because they're far too graphic. And I don't want to upset some people. The conflict will last for 4 years and a few months. The Western world will be completely different. Many people will be dispersed to their own origin. Now, this is no other reason except they just want to leave the country. They decide for their own personal reasons, they don't want to stay here and support. But if they do leave, they won't be able to come back. That's what I see.
Wow, grave times. I guess what you're foreseeing, Ella, is really we've seen this in, decades previously when other leaders, particularly out of America, have made decisions really on behalf of the rest of the world. We've seen it with bin Laden, for example. And even though it might seem horrible, horrific, but also, feeling that America's getting itself involved when it's none of their business. Well, I guess it is their business because they are really pushing for peace and to protect their own people and the rest of the world. So it's happened before, and I guess Trump is making those hard decisions again.
Yes, yes, he is. Yes.
Image 5. Trump called for Iran's unconditional surrender, but hinted at diplomacy, suggesting talks with Iranian officials. He claimed the US strikes damaged Iran's nuclear capabilities, but US intelligence later said that they only delayed Iran's program by months and not destroyed it. What can you see?
I do not see the complete destruction of Iran's nuclear capacities. With the support from other countries, Iran will be operational within a few months. US intelligence has advanced technology and highly trained people to monitor this situation. Now, Trump is saying what he's saying to keep everybody calm and not kick off other countries thinking that we're going to war. He is closely monitoring the whole situation.
Trump announced a ceasefire on June the 24th, which both sides tentatively honored despite minor violations. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, remains defiant, rejecting surrender and emphasizing Iran's sovereignty. No new nuclear talks with the US are confirmed, and Iran vows retaliation if provoked further. What's happening?
Iran is not happy at all about the deal that has been struck with the USA. The tensions on both sides is building, and I do feel the ceasefire will not last, and that's very sad. If need be, Trump will send more missiles in again, this time with the full support of the allies of other countries. He has been negotiating with other countries around the world that if anything does start, it can be stopped straight away. Leaders of
So
Iran and Israel need to be careful with their safety, as people around the world want this conflict never to start again. Now, both leaders need to be careful. I don't see this assassination of the Israel leader. I don't see that.
I think, Ella, as ever, we've seen it time and time again over our lifetimes where you get these leaders who are, maniacs really, who want to take over the world and really determine what they want and how they want their people to live in the rest of the world. And it's just a shame for the Iranians themselves, who are, cultured and good peoples that want, a good and happy life for themselves. It's tragic for the people of Iran.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Will Iran break the ceasefire?
Yes, by mid-September, they will restart the war and receive support from China. The interesting thing is that Trump will intervene beforehand and halt this with the support of the Western world. Like I said, we don't know all this is going on in the background. I can see Trump talking with with the Chinese leader, as they seem to get along well. See, with Trump, he gets on the phone and he's always quite jovial, which puts everybody at ease straight away. So it's a bit like you attract flies with honey. You be nice, and then people are nice back. So he does have very good negotiation skills.
Yeah, yeah, well, we can see that. Um, and what about Israel? Will they breach the ceasefire? I mean, Israel are full on with Gaza, with Iran. What's happening there?
Yeah, no, the leader and his advisors are scared of Donald Trump's power, even though he is really unhappy as well over the ceasefire proposals. But Donald Trump has really laid the grounding um, where it is going to harm Israel if the leader does not apply to the ceasefire. So I don't see it, even though he wants to break the ceasefire as well. I've said this in a previous video. It's like they're two children, and Donald Trump wishes that he could just like bang their heads together like children and just go, can we just be sensible here? Do you realize what you're going to do to your own countries and the rest of the world?
Sure, sure.
Mm.
Well, thanks for your insight as ever, Ella. Um, Obviously, this is a massive thing on your part to be able to experience what's going on with your talents. So we appreciate you going into the world and into into the environment of all of this. Thank you.
Thank you for watching my video and take care, everybody, and let's keep this world safe. Bye for now.